going to usually mostly talk about people. Here we go. I'm starting to get the feeds. I'm starting to get the let's see. I think it's on this one. Let me see. Here we go. So Sky wrote, and this is a long post, guys, so bear with me and bear with my reading skills as I'm highly uneducated. I always have a benefit of my employees attached to every revenue goal or annual milestone that we hit. I totally agree with you. I am that way too. Last year, I was able to significantly improve our health plan and the cost to our employees. Little context, this is a large company already. She's got, I think, 30 employees. She can correct me on this. I want to have her on the podcast, her and Maria, because I think they will add a ton of value to the audience. I'm trying to get them on. Now I like to give people more opportunity to accrue more PTO. Taking great care of employees should be part of every growth plan. The harder we all work, the more we invest. A greater reward is on the other side. Now, a lot of you who work for a lot of companies have never experienced this. Most of the time is, yeah, he just bought a $2 million house and a boat, and he won't even give us a raise. These companies are the exception to the rule. What kind of people do? Okay, so at least here. Now I'm gonna create a reward. Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate with your goal, because I like to do that. LOL, and I appreciate you for it. If you pay the most in the industry for working the least amount of time in the industry, what would that do long term for the company culture? Well, if it was my goal to pay the most for the least amount of work, yes, that would be demoralizing. The problem is that I'm like you. I am outcome based of what they produce for me, for what they're being compensated, and understanding that I am paying the most in my market while other companies are still really paying crap rates. And that I'm going to keep going because I think she answers a lot of my questions. In the industry, what long-term company culture? What kind of people you start to attract at least the amount for the most dollars? It seems to me a socialist idea and not a capitalist one. I say that to you only because I know you're not a socialist. As a Cuban, you probably have no love for those ideas because now they have negatively affected your country of origin. She's absolutely correct. I don't embrace. I'm a total capitalist. Also, let me share my most recent experience, and I think this is the most valuable. My most recent experience in my own business. During the pandemic, I faced people shortages, like the rest of us. I increased pay, offered more time off, relaxed my management style, and demanded less of my people in the name of empathy and fear of turnover. Ultimately, I know I have a less motivated team and high performers left out of frustration of not being more efficient or productive, and lazier workers got the same reward as they did. That was unfair. I'm having to self-correct. It's a painful process. I know this will stir the pot, but if one person reads this and has a revelation that more money and time off does not automatically equal efficient and highly productive teams, then I saved one person. I totally agree. Strive for a culture, competition, aggressively hard workers that are hungry and pay them top dollar. The fact is, okay, I'm going to stop right there because I totally agree with her, and I said in many of my podcasts. You got to hire A and B players and get rid of your C players. And that your A players should help your B players come up, but your C players, you need to get rid of them, because if you don't, they drag everybody else down. My goal is not to compensate the lazy person, but the person that is performing according to my KPIs and guidelines that I've set. So if my 35-hour-a-week technician who's going to college, and I'm giving you context now behind that, and I'm helping him, and he's helping me, his callbacks are low, he gets it done, that truck has 54,000 miles on it. He makes sure it's clean. He makes sure it's organized. He takes that vehicle in every week. Well, in the last week he slacked off and I gave him crap about washing the truck. But he takes it every time the maintenance is due, takes it to the dealer, gets the maintenance done, gets the tires rotated, gets the oil change rotated. He just broke down last week because the battery went bad on him. I told him, go take it. He says, well, why don't I take it Uber so you don't have to come down because I'm really far. I had to go pick up my son. Take it Uber, go buy a battery. And I said, yeah, how are you going to change it? He says, well, I don't have any tools. I said, jump in, take it home, and then change the battery when you get it home. And that's what he did on his time off. And that truck does not have a scratch on it, doesn't have a dent on it, because he takes care of it as if it was his own. In other words, he takes care of that route. He takes ownership of that route as if it was his own in the time that he has it. Tell me how many of you have employees with that kind of character, and can you buy it by offering more money? No, he got the money after he proved to me that I could trust him. After he did the work, after he took the initiative, after he told me he needed to make more money, what could he do to make more money? And I said, I can give you this much more responsibility. See, you don't get that context from my post because I would have to give you an hour's worth of context for you to understand it. So you're absolutely right. The fact is that these people are already working at other companies, making top pay,